When I was growing up as a Gen X kid, I was absolutely convinced of two things. Quicksand and acid rain were going to be a huge part of my life. I'm serious about quicksand. When I was watching movies as a kid, it was Tarzan, it was Raiders of the Lost Ark, it was Indiana Jones. Every hero was getting sucked into the quicksand, and that was going to be my fate, one way or the other. And they'd try to save themselves, but to no avail. And then they'd grab a branch or a vine and pull themselves to safety. Not today, quicksand, they'd say. Turns out, quicksand is just a Hollywood hoax. But real quicksand does exist, believe it or not. But it's not what you saw in the movie. It's really a physics-driven thing. But acid rain is very real. Growing up in the 70s and 80s, pollution from power plants created acid rain that damaged lakes, damaged forests, crops, soils, even damaged monuments and statues. It was that bad. But here's the important part. We actually fixed it. Scientists measured the problem, the public understood it, government acted, industry responded. And the U.S. amended the Clean Air Act and created this cap and trade system that basically created a carrot and a stick for power plants to get in line. If you put your scrubbers in to take out the sulfur, then you'd get a credit and you'd be able to trade that with somebody else that wasn't able to deliver on the promise of desulfurizing their power plant. And thus a whole market was born. And it fixed the problem. But while that problem was getting fixed, another problem was lurking in the corners. Carbon dioxide. Carbon is tougher for lots of reasons. It is a harder molecule to pull out from flue gas. The thing is, acid rain comes largely only from a limited number of emitters. CO2 comes from everywhere, from power plants, from industrial plants, transportation, all over the world. It spreads globally, stays in the atmosphere for a really long time, and it keeps trapping heat. Carbon affects weather, oceans, ecosystems, even the food quality. So this isn't just a temperature issue. It's a whole systems issue. Therefore, that means the solution has to be broader too. Cleaner power, better policy, new infrastructure, and technologies that cut emissions from major sources. My hope is that one day the next generation will look back at the carbon challenge, the way we look back at acid rain, as a serious problem that people actually stepped up and solved. At FrostCarbon, we believe carbon capture has a serious role to play. Our FrostCC cryogenic carbon capture system is designed to help reduce emissions from power plants and industrial facilities simply and cost-effectively. Just like scrubbers help reduce sulfur pollution, carbon capture can help tackle carbon emissions while the energy systems keep evolving. And maybe one day, Gen Alpha will look back at carbon dioxide the way we look back at acid rain. A serious problem that an earlier generation stepped up and actually solved. Because when it mattered, we said, not today, carbon dioxide. I'd love to hear your perspective. Leave a comment and give us a follow if you want to keep exploring these ideas with us.